This event sort of uniquely places us in an opportunity to join hands across government, the private sector, and academia. In government, and particularly in the National Treasury family, we have the opportunity to contribute to policy making and program development that is aimed at reducing inequality and advancing social justice. And importantly, we continue to measure those contributions. We continue to do spending reviews that allow us to fine-tune some of these policies for optimal results. We are not afraid to push boundaries and break new ground, and we stand fearlessly in the face of adversity. And all of this is at the heart of this annual conference. But let me say, before I delve further into today's proceedings, I want to join Vusi and Veli here to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. With over 100 participants here in the room today and approximately 600 participants online, I want to emphasize that you are all an integral part of this conference. We'd love to hear your views. We want to have open discussions, no holds barred. Today marks the culmination of two highly previous successful events. And since 2016, National Treasury has been offering the Winter School as part of the Public Economics Capacity Building Program, initiated by the former head of GTAC, Andrew Donaldson. This initiative also awarded bursaries to economic students nationwide and for enabling them to pursue their masters, and afterwards work at Treasury for 2 years as interns. And I'm proud to announce that a significant number of those interns are making a valuable contribution to the National Treasury space, where many of them have now been appointed in a permanent position and in other government departments. I want to say that we can give this previous initiative, we've run out of funds, it was donor funded, but this previous initiative, I want to give it a big tick of approval. But now, since we are in a different phase and we are always looking for savings, this year the Winter School joins forces with the annual Savings at Work Government Spending Review Conference. We've been training public officials since about 2016, 2017 at both national and provincial level in the spending review methodology, resulting in close to 300 spending reviews. And I'd like to invite all of you to have a look at the website. We'll be providing the link to the website during the conference. The annual Savings at Work conference provided a platform for officials involved in spending reviews to discuss challenges and explore innovative solutions. We now bring these two events together under one roof with a focus on the public economics in 2023 that is relevant to both initiatives, government's effort to boost job creation and combat unemployment. Our program kicks off with a focus on the core fiscal policy challenges and the resource allocation decisions that we must make. These priorities are shaped by diverse perspectives. In the second session, we delve into the institutional and political economy aspects of spending choices, the dilemmas that we are facing, while we are also addressing employment and unemployment. After lunch, we turn our attention to resolving the energy crisis, if we can do it in an hour session here. We're going to talk about the energy crisis, accelerating investment and transforming the electricity industry. We'll also discuss the need for blended finance, instruments, and managing the employment and social impacts of the energy transition that we're looking to. Concluding day one, our final session centers on revenue, examining challenges such as the shrinking personal income tax base and sourcing funds for government's employment initiatives. I hasten to add, and I really would like to emphasize this is an academic conference. We are here to have an open discussion on everything, but nothing that we are discussing here, and this is, I guess, specifically for the online people, nothing that we are discussing here should be seen as any formal position of GTAC or the broader National Treasury family. Press, please take note. We need to discuss matters. We need to have open forums in government, but please don't report this as a National Treasury has said position. So tomorrow, our focus shifts to case studies drawn from all our various spending reviews and job fund archives. We selected a wide range of projects to showcase, including a review of several of South Africa's public employment programs. This is very relevant, as well as findings from the National Artisan Development Program spending review. We're also looking at a spending review on the Gauteng Farmer Support Program. Quite a number of juicy spending reviews to get our teeth into. We will also explore the issue of challenge funds as innovative funding mechanisms to drive systemic change and social impact. And in the afternoon, we'll engage in a conversation on how government should approach the cost and the benefits of these employment programs in our labor surplus economy. In closing, I want to thank each one of you for joining us on this journey towards a more equitable and just society. Your presence and your contributions are invaluable, and together we can make a significant impact. Thank you, and let's have a productive conference. Thank you.
Thank you. We're looking forward to those juicy discussions indeed, Ronette. So now, ladies and gentlemen, our conference has also been graciously blessed by the Honorable Minister of Finance, who has a pre-recorded session for us. As you know, in government, things have to be endorsed, and the GTAC conference also has been endorsed.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 2023 Public Economics Conference. The theme of this year's conference, Employment and the Economics of Job Creation, is a timely one, shining a sorely needed spotlight on an issue that affects each and every South African. Unemployment is more than just a statistics. It is the weight of dreams deferred and the pain of potentially untapped. It ripples through communities, eroding hope and straining our fragile social fabric. As we approach our 30th year of democracy, it is important to remember that the project of universal freedom and equality remains incomplete while a majority of our citizens are unemployed. At the level of government policy, it is clear that our efforts to tackle unemployment are not as effective as they should be. As of the first quarter of this year, the official rate of unemployment stood at 32.9% of the labor force. That's close to 8 million people eligible for work who could not find employment. We're still more than double that number. 16.5 million South Africans are not economically active, meaning that they had given up entirely on the prospect of finding a job. By any measure, this is a crisis requiring urgent action, not just from the state, but by all of society, from the private sector, trade unions, civil society, and academics and professionals, the young and the old. Thankfully, South Africa is blessed with a number of smart, talented, and patriotic economists, academics, and financial specialists in the public service and in the private sector, many of whom have taken the time to attend this conference, who have dedicated themselves to studying, analyzing, and coming with a solution to this crisis of unemployment. I welcome your insights and contributions to this critical and urgent task that we as a government have committed ourselves to, of beating back unemployment and creating opportunities and the environment for our people to flourish. The government's efforts in the sphere of job creation and protecting the livelihoods of our people have been significant. Numerous employment programs have been initiated over the years, aiming to uplift the lives of our citizens, especially the marginalized and the vulnerable. We have invested heavily in education, skills development, support for small businesses, and have undertaken numerous interventions to spare mass of public employment, as well as gender equality and the economic inclusion of women and the youth. These initiatives encompass various sectors from infrastructure development to education, healthcare, agriculture, and the green economy. However, the question that demands our attention today is whether these programs are achieving their intended and desired objectives effectively. The theme of this year's conference, Unemployment and the Economics of Job Creation, present a vital opportunity for us to answer this question. Over the next 2 days, we'll draw upon the insights gleaned from GTAC's research, using them to craft viable solutions to the problem of unemployment. Let us harness the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and shared determination as we endeavor to build a South Africa where jobs are abundant and hope flourishes. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and I look forward to the engaging and enlightening exchanges that lie ahead. I declare the 2023 Public Economics Conference officially open. I thank you.
Please give it one more time for the Minister of Finance, Honorable Minister Godongwana. Beautifully outlining what we have in store for you, beautifully giving you the challenges that you need to start thinking about going into the future. Whether you are in a working environment or whether you are a student, all of us have a role to play in this society.